So it was 5 a.m. The alarm rang. It was definitely one of those days where I didn't feel like doing anything at all. But for whatever reason, I convinced myself to still go. After, going to take a piss and do a little miscellaneous things here and there, I put on my clothes, hired my skateboard, headed out, and I went to go and run. So yeah, I was running and it sucked so bad. I was holding this big ass board in my hand, trying to run as I'm holding it too, and everywhere was just pitch black, cold, and I just kept wondering like why am I even doing this? But I kept running. My heart started beating, my legs started getting tired, everything just very stressful. But I ran and I ran and I ran, and eventually I reached the sports complex. Everywhere still pitch black, just street lights here and there that are lighting up everywhere, and the sports complex was locked. But instead of sitting down there giving an excuse saying, oh, this place is locked, so I guess I'll just wait, I put my board aside, I took off my sweater, I went straight to the ground, started doing push-ups. And there I was doing push-ups in the dark. 1, 2, 3, 25, 27, 30. My hands very tired, they were very shivery and quaky. I would sit down to take a little break and just wonder, like, why am I doing this? Why exactly am I doing this? When it's like 5:30, 5:40, the security guards come and they open up the sports complex, and as they're opening it up, they see some guy doing push-ups at the front. So I eventually go inside and find a spot to complete my push-ups. So I do the rest: 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. And I see that spot where I did the push-ups is just drenched with sweat, and I just feel like, wow, my hands are very tired, they feel like jelly. But at the same time, as I sit down there and I cool off, I can't help but just feel a feeling of pride for myself, a feeling of gratitude, a feeling of accomplishment. So eventually, after I chill for like 5 or 10 minutes, I pack my stuff. It's already like past 6 now. I go back to the road, I lay my skateboard down, and I use it to skate back home. So I just went for this crazy run, this intense morning workout for the first hour of the day. Like, I literally woke up and just started sprinting, then doing push-ups and skating, doing all this exercise, and I was feeling really great. So just the first hour of my day, I've already like done a lot of stuff. And I came back to the student accommodation here where I'm staying, and guess what? I entered inside and I saw one of our housemates here, and he was playing GTA. And it just made me think to myself that I woke up this morning and the first thing I did was go on a run and do all these difficult things, while this guy woke up and the first thing he started doing is playing GTA. I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody, but when you see stuff like that, you almost can't just help but just feel like you are moving ahead, while most people are not. Most people are very weak and stupid at the same time. Let me just make this clear: the fact you are watching this video right now, this type of video in particular, means you are already ahead of like 70% of people, 80% of people. Like, you're part of that top 20%. Because what do you think the average person your age does? The average 18 years old, I'm about turning 20, so the average 20-year-old, what does he do when he doesn't go to school or job or anything? What does he do? He wakes up and he goes to play GTA. The sad thing is that these people also want the things you want. Them too, they want, to make money on their side business or whatever. They also want to be happy and have like mental clarity and everything. They want to be jacked, they want to be in good shape and everything. They want all these things you also want, but yet they just keep doing the things that are never going to get them there. I remember when I was still living in the hostel, that was in my first year. There I lived with roommates. Like, in this house I stay with like 5 other people, but in this my room in particular, I stay here by myself. But in the hostel in my first year, we're like 8 people living inside one room. I love watching self-improvement videos and everything. So I used to watch Andrew Tate frequently that time.
Well, what color's your brigade?
And they usually used to laugh at me that why the fuck would I be watching Andrew Tate? And to some degree, I get like, yes, Andrew Tate is not like the best role model. Like, I'm not going to be like he's top G. Andrew Tate is not the best role model out there, trust me. But there are still many mindsets and many principles that Andrew Tate has that is very, very useful. And even watching Hamza too, like, I was watching Hamza that time, Hamza, Andrew Tate, all these guys at the time, and they just usually used to laugh at me. They now even nicknamed me Caleb Tate. At the time too, I didn't have any social media. I won't say today, I still don't have any social media on my phone except YouTube. So they just laugh at me that I watch YouTube all day, and I'm not even on Instagram, I'm not on TikTok, I'm not on Twitter, I'm not on any other platform. I just watch Andrew Tate on YouTube. All these things, they always said it jokingly. They never, said it in like attempt to like harm me or put me down and everything. Like I said, I don't have any hate for these people. They are like my roommates. Like even till today, I still really like them. I respect them. They made like that period I was living with them was one of the best times of my life. I don't know, sometimes to be so like maybe you find them doing something cringe, you also laugh at them as well. But these people laugh at you from watching videos that are potentially going to make your life better. And the irony is that their own life is not even better. The average person that watches Andrew Tate, the average person that watches Hamza, the average person that watches Imam Gadji, yes, all these guys might not be the best role models out there, but their mindsets and many things about them is extremely good. And the average 18 years old that watches Hamza is going to be 100 times better than the average 18 years old that spends all day on TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat and all these social media. Just on average, the person that spends most of his time watching good videos is actually going to move him forward. He's going to do better than the person that just spends all day on TikTok. In my own opinion, Hamza is better than Andrew Tate. It's subjective, just my own opinion. Especially his most recent videos now, those long 1 hour full guides he used to make. Me, I just find it a lot more mature. Like he speaks from a place of higher consciousness, if you want to say, a place of more maturity than just driving a fancy Bugatti and traveling around the world and getting girls and everything. That's just my own opinion. I might be wrong. Like at the end of the day, none of them are perfect. They're all men, they're all human, so they still have their own flaws and mistakes. But I just feel like Hamza's content this nowadays, it feels a lot more mature than before. The most annoying part of all this is that these very people that are laughing at you, assuming they are even like way ahead of you, like it will be good. They are just mediocre. Like they are not even ahead. In fact, to some degree, they are even kind of behind you. I even remember at the time, I used to work out and everything, and they will just like make fun of you. Oh, you're going to do push-ups again. Oh, you're going to do like. The person that is laughing at you that you're going to do push-ups is skinny as fuck, he's fat, he's weak, he cannot do anything. Again, they'll be making fun of you that you are trying to make progress in all these things. And the most annoying part of it all is they want the things you want. They want to be jacked too. They want to make money too. They want to have mental clarity too. They want to be closer to God as well. Like they want all these good things you want. They want to have a strong mindset. They want to become strong men also. But yet they also sit down there and be laughing at you, and they will do every single thing that is not going to get them to that destination. Playing video games, checking off, spending all day on TikTok, doing all these meaningless things that are not moving them forward. Their life is usually stagnant. If you look at most of them, look at their life 1 year ago, look at it today. Yes, a few things have changed here and there. They're a little older, maybe they are like moved to a higher class, or they are like working a different job. But you look at most of them and their life is almost kind of exactly the same. Some of them, it won't start to go downhill because of all these bad habits they are doing. They also used to laugh at me back then that I'm always also single and everything. Even since today, some of them, they still laugh at me that I'm single, and them that they have their own girlfriend and everything. You look at the girl they are dating, and no offense, but she's stupid, very very stupid, in the sense that you are dating this girl that spends all day on fucking TikTok, spends all day scrolling on Instagram. She doesn't do anything to like try to develop her brain. She's not even spiritual. Like she doesn't go to church, she doesn't read the Bible, she doesn't do anything related to that. Like she just sits there. The only thing she just does, she's just beautiful. She just has a nice ass, and that's it. Like she's just a degenerate. Your girlfriend usually goes to party every weekend, and you're happy with it, you're fine with it. But when the guy dating her too, it's like almost the same thing. Like birds of the same feathers flock together. I made a video about why I'm still single a few weeks ago. Like you can go and watch it if you're interested. But one of the points why I made that I'm still single, I haven't seen today, I still stand by that point, is I don't like stupid people. Like if I'm going to date a girl, this video is not about dating, but if I'm going to date, like I think you have to raise your standards. Like you have to make the person you're going to date, because this person is somebody that is like your romantic partner, somebody you're going to invest in and everything. So you have to make the person so high that it's almost like the person has to almost prove that they are worth it. Because you have to raise your standard. That I don't want some stupid, low quality, degenerate, lazy, like low value, low intelligence person that just spends all day on TikTok and just eats. Like doesn't even. You mentioned the thought of exercising and she gets offended. You mentioned like meditating or spending time away from your phone so you can have mental clarity to be able to think, and she gets angry that you are trying to stop her from watching TikTok. Like I don't want that type of girl. I want somebody that is already like sees the value in all these things. Somebody that like will help you progress, not somebody that just holds you back. But she has a nice ass. Anytime you bring her around, all your friends are always hating you like, hey. So it seems that most of these people that are always laughing at you and everything, they are like your friends, even though they are not technically your friends in the sense that if they are really your friends, they won't be laughing at you. But like they are your friends, like you go to the same class, you go to the same school, you live in the same house, you live in the same room, you live in the same hostel. So like you are kind of forced to see these people every day, and they're your friends. So it's like, I'm not trying to say we should hate on them or we should just become against them and everything. But sometimes when you're doing all these good self-improvement habits, you just can't help but feel like you are on this fantastic trajectory. Like you just look at your life and just be like, damn, if I keep working out consistently every day for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, if I keep working on my business and showing up for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, if I keep, leveling up my spirituality, reading the Bible, going to church and doing all these things, praying to God, like getting closer to God for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, imagine like the drastic change my life is going to have. So you just kind of feel proud that you're on this fantastic trajectory while your friends, you can't really say the same for them. For instance, to get ahead of like 80% of people, you don't even need to be like David Goggins and go and do 4,000 pull-ups.
Get it! 19! You know me, son!
So be like me that you wake up 5 a.m. and run around and do 100. Like you don't really need to do any of that stuff. Just doing like the bare minimum, doing the basic will literally get you ahead of 80% of people, because most people literally don't do it. Like just sleeping every single day, creating a sleep routine and choosing to sleep 8 hours every single day gets you almost ahead of everybody else that is your age in terms of like health and mental clarity. Because most people that are 18 years old, most people that are 20 years old, most people that are 22 years old, they don't sleep. Their sleep pattern is fucked. So you just like being disciplined and deciding to sleep 8 hours a day, it gets you ahead. And that's the thing, like is sleep even like something stressful? You're just sleeping, you just close your eyes and you sleep. How is that stressful? How is that bad? Just doing 5 minutes of exercise every single day. Not like 2 hours workout or 100 push-ups. Like just doing maybe a few stretches here and there or a few push-ups or something like that just for 5 minutes. It literally gets you ahead of almost every other person that is your age, because they don't do so. Just you sitting down for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes every day and intentionally trying to learn something, intentionally reading books and like learning, watching you long as unedited videos like podcasts and things that are actually going to move you forward in the skills you're trying to level up. Like just 15 minutes a day and you are going to annihilate 80% of the competition already. Most people, they will say they don't have 15 minutes a day to learn something that is going to actually help them and move them forward, but yes, they can spend 6 hours a day on TikTok, 3 hours on Instagram, 5 hours watching random YouTube videos like Mr. Beast videos and just doing basic things like that. Like we're not even talking of getting serious. Just doing a few minutes of exercise, just doing a few minutes of learning, just sleeping properly, just eating a little cleaner, just drinking a little more water than the average person, it literally beats 80% of the competition already. How sad. Just think about it. Most people are weak and stupid. Like most people just don't it pisses me off when I think about it sometimes. But most people just don't think. Most people are just like, they're just fine being like stupid. And the part that annoys me the most is that they also want the things you want. Like they also want to make money, they also want to be financially free, they also want to be spiritual and close to God, they also want to have like mental clarity, they don't want to have depressive thoughts and everything. Like I talk to some of them and you hear it in their voice, they'll be like, oh, like you have goals and everything. So I would like to do this thing, I would like to do this, but like why they just do it, bro. Like it's not that hard. Get to the top 20% of people, like it's actually really easy. And I'm not like maybe a top 1% guy or everything, I'm just an average guy, but from what I've noticed, I just basically doing the basic stuff and just do it for a long enough period of time. And you just annihilate like 80% of the competition already. Then the remaining 20%, then it starts to get a little more like competitive. Now you actually have to do 4,000 pull-ups like David Goggins and everything.
They don't know me, son!
Then the more you do it like that and level up, eventually you reach your 1% and everything. It's easy to win nowadays. Like you don't even need to be special, you just have to show up and do the right things, just the basic things. Do the basics and you get most of the results.